Hello everyone. Okay, so in the last video we have completed the topic setting up a new administration. So we are gonna continue this topic by reading this topic, the company army. Okay, in this topic we'll get to know about the Mughals army and the company's army. Okay, so let's begin this video in a very short time. And before starting it, please subscribe this channel so that you could clear your further topics as well, and share it with your friends, and do comment down if you have any query, any doubt, any questions. I'll clear them ASAP. And and if you like it, do hit the likes button. Okay. Now let's begin this topic. So here comes about the Mughals army first. So in the Mughals army was constituted in two parts, cavalry and infantry. And what was cavalry called? Savars, and what was infantry called? Padals. Okay. Savars is a is a Muslim term which was for the trained soldiers on horsebacks, the people, the soldiers who use to sit on horses and then go into fight, and then goes into fight or ran into fight or ripped into any war. So that people were called savars. And the infantry means the foot soldiers, the soldiers who just ran by their foot, okay, by their own foot into a war. Okay, now what was the skills were given to what skills were provided to cavalry and infantry? They were the skills were provided the archery and used of sword, means tirandazi and talwarbazi. Okay, and we know what talwarbazi is, and archery is just teen, that arrow, and whatever we do. Okay, now supplier of pedal soldiers. Who was the supplier of pedal soldiers to Mughals? Means the foot soldiers to Mughals. Who supplied? So basically, the local zamindars and the rural areas. In rural areas, Mughal most of the times found a lot of soldiers, foot soldiers there. So they just asked them to come, and they come, and they were appointed as a soldier. Okay, now coming to the 18th century. In the 18th century, as the time was passing, so there was changes were going on. So in the Mughals army, what changes came? So in Awadh and Banaras, whoever rulers of Awadh and Banaras recruited soldiers for their army and also professionalized them, means gave a professional training to them, made them professional, and in a very hard discipline and all. They did, Mughals did this, and same British did for their own sepoy army. What is sepoy? Sepoy is a, just in India we say sepahi. So because of their accents, they just used to modify some words in their, because of their accent. So they started saying it sepoy. Okay. Now after 1820, after 1820s, what happened? That company's armies changes. What were the changes were going on in the company army? So company now company don't need cavalry anymore, because their need of cavalry was decreasing. They don't need any soldier who used to who need to sit on a horseback, right? And for them infantry became more important. Okay, for them infantry became more important. Now why these changes happened? Why they don't need cavalry? So actually this happened because as at that time in 1820s, British Empire was having a war with Egypt, Burma, Afghanistan, Burma and Myanmar, Egypt, as we know, and Afghanistan just in our northwest, right? So British was fighting with these countries at that time. So actually happened, soldiers were using in those wars, soldiers were using muskets and matchlocks. So let me show you what muskets and matchlocks are. So here you see the musket. So musket was basically a very heavy gun which was used by soldiers in those wars. And the second thing is matchlocks. Matchlocks was also kind of gun in which soldiers need to ignite the powder by taking matchsticks. So from matchsticks it came matchlocks. Okay, so these were the guns. So these were the guns used by the infantry. So that is why the importance of infantry became more. Now, in the early 19th century, Britishers also made their soldiers more professional. They started to train them in European style, and they drilled them, they disciplined them a lot. So there was too much, too much discipline and army Britishers got. So here the topic ends. I hope you like it. Then if hit the like button, that's all. And I've already told you about that. Okay, bye.